Hey everyone, this is Greenville Guy. I just wanted to do a quick video to show you how I made my own DIY feeding ring to float on the top surface of my 40-gallon freshwater community. I have two large angelfish, and at feeding time they were having to compete with a lot of little fish that were taking their food from them. So since angelfish require a lot of food, I wanted to make sure that I was controlling their intake and corralling the food in one spot where they wouldn't have trouble getting as much as they wanted. So this video is going to show you how I made a quick DIY feeding ring. So I was looking at Amazon at feeding rings that you can buy anywhere from $2 up to $15, and in most cases I felt like the diameter of the opening of the feeding ring wasn't big enough for my angelfish to both feed together. So I just started looking around the house for what I might be able to use. Dole tropical fruit bottle, and I looked at the lid and I saw that it had that groove around the outside. So I started looking at that more carefully. It does have a nice groove, and I was thinking if I could just cut that groove right on the inside rim there to keep that little ridge intact. So I took a box cutter and very carefully, so I don't cut my fingers off, I just started scratching at that inside edge right there. And it took me probably 15 or 20 minutes just to wear that plastic down, and then I just very carefully cut around the whole inside middle rim. And after I'd cut that, it was a little bit rough, so I took a Dremel with a sandpaper edge to it, and I just smoothed out the inner rim using the Dremel tool, and then I also did some handheld sandpaper on the inner edge to make the feeding ring. So when I was finished, this is what I ended up with. The lid has a nice little cavity here around the inside that kind of traps some air and helps it to float. I made sure that the edge is very smooth, so if a fish is trying to bite food at the edge, it's not going to cut itself. Its mouth is not going to have trouble. So I'll show you how it works. The other challenge I had was I don't like to turn off my filtration when I'm feeding, so there's a lot of surface movement in the tank, and you know, the feeding ring by itself, this feeding ring floats okay. It has good buoyancy, I guess you'd say. You can even see the surface tension that's created on the inside of the ring there. But it tends to move around more than I wanted, so I was trying to think of a way to attach it to the side so that it wouldn't move, and then I just looked over here and realized I have the good old thermometer. So I put the top surface of the thermometer at just the right height. See, there it goes floating away. So I can just hook the one edge of it right there with the thermometer, and that ring does not move. Took some coaxing with that GoPro underneath them, but they finally came up and tried to get some food.